what would you say to the people at home, in terms of the work you do, and in terms of maybe they're struggling, maybe they're finding that things are a little bit off, especially now during the pandemic and social isolation, maybe job loss. I don't want to say advice, but what tips would you have for the people listening?
Yeah, for sure. So I think that one of the biggest things that I want to say is that it's not going to be easy. And I feel like every time I tell my story, it sounds like it was just, a one and done deal and it was so easy to get through. But it really wasn't. There were a lot of tears. There was so much pain. There was so much, figuring out what the heck I'm going to do. Even to this day, like last year, I had to move cross country to go to school, and I didn't have the resources that I had here, and sort of figuring that out was painful and it hurt, and just all this stuff, like, and even right now, like, we are packing up my childhood home and my whole family is moving over to California. And this is the most pain I think I've ever been in my entire life, because I didn't think I'd have to leave my childhood home that fast. And so I think that, behind the scenes, it's really fucking hard. It's so hard, and things seem easy in retrospect, but really it's like, it's painful and it hurts. And I just want to acknowledge that first of all. But I think that my best sort of piece of advice would be to just do one thing every single day. It's hard to get out of bed, but just go to the bathroom and wash your face. It's hard to take a shower, then wash your hair in the sink or whatever you need to do. It's hard to eat something and have the littlest of something to eat and see if you're hungry and can, continue to eat. Like, I'm not asking you to get on your whole to-do list and, take a shower and get ready in the same day. I'm just asking one little thing is all that matters, because once you have one little thing, you gain the momentum for the rest of your day, because that's why most people make their bed first thing in the morning, because it's the first task they complete, and then they gain momentum to sort of do other tasks in their day. And then also, I think another thing I just want to say is that, reach out for help, and don't be afraid to, whether it's someone who's the same age as you or 20 years older than you or whoever it is, like, if you feel like you are bottling things inside of you and you just don't know who to tell, just tell someone. There's the crisis text line in America. You text start or help to 741-741. They have a bunch. It's all worldwide, so that the number changes worldwide, but it's still the best resources I have used in the past 5 years, and it's still up to this day. There's also what is it? I think it's called 7cups.com, where it's pretty much like you have other peers, they have like peer listeners where people come on and they talk, they just ask questions and talk about their problems, and you can help them by, you don't advise them pretty much, but you pretty much just listen and just sort of allow them to let their thoughts through. So that's also another resource, but just freaking reach out, because it could save your life. You can find a mentor. You can, have your life changed forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would add to that, looking, instead of just scrolling passively on social media, look for that community of people concerned with mental health, with wellness, with staying well, with eating well, with all of that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's people doing wonderful work out there like you.
Yes. And you too.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, Sammi, this was a pleasure. So
much fun.
So much fun. Yeah, I'll keep on listening to your podcast.
Yeah.
Love your guests, really do. And looking at your or following your Instagram feed and your Twitter feed and your Facebook. I don't have your Facebook yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah.
See you soon.